my work experience. So have you worked prior to coming here or prior to going to US? If your loan amount and savings is equal to 1.5 times of I-20, I guess that's sufficient. The day of my visa interview was a bit tensed for me because obviously I couldn't sleep it was previous night and everything. But my slot was at 11 o'clock, but I reached there around 8:30. I would recommend everyone to reach before time, only before the interview start. Even though my slot was at 11 o'clock, I entered in around 9:30, 9:45 itself. And my visa interview was done before 10:15. So sometimes that'll also happen. You'll finish up early as well. So as soon as I entered, they checked all my documents. I didn't have my backpack or something. I just walked inside, and after all the security checks and everything, after standing in about 10-15 minutes in the queue, I went to booth number 11, if I'm not wrong, in Chennai consulate basically. And there, the visa officer was the same guy who gave a talk about how F1 visa will be before the May, the dates were released in May of 2023. So yeah, so it was the same guy, and he checked out my I-20. He just took my I-20 and my passport. And he started asking about my question, college questions and all. He's like, so you're going to Penn State? That's great. Got, and how many colleges that you applied for, and how many admits or rejects that you got? So I told him that I have applied for around 6 and 7 colleges, and I named all of them. And I told him that I had around four admits, including Rochester, Stevens, Penn State University, and Northeastern. And once that was done, he asked about my GRE score and TOEFL score. And I told my GRE score as 311 in my verbal and quant section, and 4.0 in my written section, and my TOEFL score being 109. And I purposefully told that I had a 30 on 30 in my writing section as well, because you have to impress people. He was pretty impressed, I would say. And he asked about my work experience. So have you worked prior to coming here or prior to going to US? That was the question he asked. So I started explaining about how I traveled all the way from Bangalore to Pune to start my work in a company called Zensar, and how he asked the specific question where how big of a company is it, what's the strength of the entire company. So I told him it's about 2,000, 3,000 people, so make sure you have the right numbers of your company as well. He asked about what kind of work do I do, so I told him about my how I'm a software engineer, and we work on basic development stuff based on Java and everything, those kinds of stuff. It's how are you funding your masters? That was the question that he asked. And I told him that I have about an education loan about 60 lakhs, and I have savings about 15 lakhs, and on top of it we have a property valuation which I had of my parents' property, and that's also there. I have a valuation of that as well. That's what I told him. But you don't need to specifically mention about valuation reports and all. You can just talk about if your I-20, if your loan amount and savings is equal to 1.5 times of I-20, I guess that's sufficient. What do you do after you complete your masters? Do you want to work there? So that's a pretty tricky question that they ask. And I told them that so as of now, I want to get a master's degree in software engineering to enhance my skills. The area of software engineering, that's my main priority. And I don't think I would want to stay in the US after I'm completed my master's, because there are great opportunities in the software engineering, and especially Bangalore being a Silicon city right now, there are a lot of opportunities, and I'm from Bangalore, so I have that advantage. So I may come back to, I didn't say I may, I said I will. There's a difference. So I said I will come back to Bangalore after my masters. So after that, then he just he approved my visa. He's like, congratulations, you can go.